views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hey everyone, welcome. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and welcome to Open BXRX. We've got a whole lot in store for you. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet and get ready, because coming up, well, on today's show, we'll learn about a wonderful collaboration taking place in our community that will light it up and whet our appetites this holiday season. Then we'll hear from a music group. We see them all out in the community. They're recapturing the magic of the 90s as they release their latest. Then after that, we'll highlight a couple who are providing vital mental health services for our community. And then Bobby C steps into the room with the latest in the world of sports. And then finally, we'll sit down with the director of an organization to learn about how they're supporting small businesses and entrepreneurs. So stay tuned. All of this and more headed your way, because we are wide open. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, we've got it going on for you. Our first guest is the co-founder of the Bronx Night Market, and he joins us to speak about the organization's collaboration with the New York Botanical Gardens. They're going to be doing some special things and the upcoming events this holiday season. So please welcome to the show. He's been here before, no stranger to the show. Please welcome Marco Shalma. Marco.
How you doing, sir? Good to be back over here.
Nice to see you, man.
Same here. Thank you for having me, of course.
So we've been going all season long with the Bronx Night Market. Tell us about it. Give us all the exciting news and the culmination of it, or is it going to continue, or are you going to move into other things? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, coming out of the pandemic, this year has been incredible for us. We were the first one in New York City to open up to, create like this open air market in early April. And we've been running strong 33 weekends consecutively, all the way to our grand finale where we culminated in a Halloween party. We have a little tradition that we've done in the last couple of years that we like to kind of finish the season on a high note with Halloween. It was crazy. It was crazy good, And now we headed to the Botanical Garden in this like partnership. This is going to be our third year doing that with the Botanical Garden, and we're excited about it.
Tell us about that partnership. What's going to happen? What's going to take place?
So the Botanical Garden has this, one of my favorite holiday shows. They do it starting November around Thanksgiving all the way to mid-January. What they do is like they create this. It used to be called the Barcon Nights. So basically, like they have that little train show. It's also known as the train show, and it's in the side of conservatorium. And it's like really they start working on that, early spring in order to be able to kind of do that throughout the holiday season. Last year, even though it was like the pandemic, they started bringing some like the neon show. So like basically like a light show to kind of incorporate throughout the park in the outdoor spaces. And this year they're just going all out. I'm talking about tens of thousands of lights, around the trees with themes and whatnot. So the garden, not only like you walk into the conservatorium and you're going to have this amazing show and the train, but you also have the neon lights outside, just kind of illuminating the entire space of. And the Botanical Garden is one of New York's gems, And then come Bronx Night Market with a little pop-up of like, eclectic local food vendors, and we have every night, we're going to have a rotating selection of 6 to 8 different food vendors, crowd favorites doing like their thing. And it's just going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. And that's going to take place this week.
It's happening this week. We're starting off like real slow on Wednesday, the 24th, the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't know that before I came, or to New York. But like Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, apparently is like a big night out in New York. Everybody that needs to go to their family, and whoever doesn't go to the family, just kind of hang out and do some stuff. So on Wednesday the 24th, that will be like the soft opening, and then after that, there's a full schedule. We're coming back on Friday and Saturday, and then on every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, moving forward until January 22nd.
Oh shucks! So we should just get ourselves together, bring the whole family. It's an event for the whole family. Bring the whole family down and enjoy the festivities, the food, because I know you guys, the vendors are going to be there, right?
So we're going to have like a really cool selection of vendors. We're going to curate that very nicely. So a little bit of a holiday theme, stuff like, we have like coquito glazed donuts and different kind of flavors that really kind of fit the mood of the holiday. And I think this is like for the entire family, but this is a specialty of what's happening in the Botanical Garden. Because it's in the evening, there's alcohol in the bar. So it's like a perfect date night, a group of friends or whatnot coming over there. There's live performances, there's carolers, there's food from the Bronx Night Market vendors, there's a light show, and then you have the conservatorium. So I think it's going to be one of my favorite night out during the holiday season. Hands down, it's going to be great.
Marco, you just laid it right out there for us. I remember when you first came on a few years back, you were drenched, you were sweating on the set. But now you're a pro. What's going on?
I want to thank you and the Bronx Night family for christening me when it comes to like media and having conversation. You're right. The first time I did like the show with you guys, I was sweating bullets, and my mouth gets stuck and everything like that. But now a little bit better. I'm doing a little bit better now.
Yeah, it's like a piece of cake, right?
It's still work to be done. I got you as my goal. Like this is yeah.
Well, your mouth will still get stuck from time to time. The brain and mouth doesn't work from time to time.
Yeah. I mean, I always think like the brain, the mouth doesn't move as fast as the brain does.
So listen, what's happening in 2022? I know you got a lot happening. What tell us about it?
Yeah, so it's thanks for asking that. This is a great question. We did this year. We also launched two other brands, Fordham Flea and Uptown Night Market that we run in Harlem. We learned a lot of lessons this year. For instance, we learned that like less events but bigger do a better trick in creating that in the entire kind of with the community. Sorry. Less events, bigger events, better quality, more vendors, more performances. That's kind of the direction that we want to take. So I think like for 2022, our focus will be on creating really spectacular events, bigger event, large scale stage, 10 to 15 different performances, incorporating music and dance, 50 plus food vendors, and just scale it down a bit in the frequency, but just go all out in the size of it and in the dimension. And I think like the community will really appreciate that, because each event, instead of like having like a Bronx Night Market, it will be like a Bronx festival,
Yeah.
And I think like that's kind of the direction that we want to go for 2022.
And it takes a whole lot to put that together. So, you guys, we got to commend you guys for putting on such a wonderful event, and you did it all throughout the season, people were happy. You took care of their palates. You took care of the entertainment, the whole nine. One of your favorite food spots. Where do we go? What is it?
Well, I think like I can't. To be
There's
honest,
a lot of them.
To be honest, every time we meet, you ask me that, and every time I tell you I can't do that because they're gonna kill me. But I will tell you something that we handpick all our vendors that come over there, and we go through different criteria of qualification, and we want to make sure that like we really got a good experience over there. So it has to be like unique flavor. It has to be like somebody who does it themselves, not just bought somewhere else, and we trying to kind of diversify that culturally, some Asian, some Hispanic, some European food, soul food, Caribbean. And I'm telling you, like, I've tried everything in the market continuously, and it's just all really good. It just also depends what you like,
Yeah. So you're vetting the vendors.
We have to do like a vetting process. It's in my contract.
Yeah, there you go. Where can we go to get more information on everything that you're doing?
Well, as always, on Instagram is our most popular page. It's at the Bronx Night Market. The website is bronxnightmarket.com. Yeah, all the information is over there. All the dates, I would recommend signing up to our newsletter to get all the information about like little pop-ups that we do. Before I forget, so anybody that follows us on social media, every week we're going to raffle 20 tickets to the Botanical Garden, 20 entry tickets for free to the Botanical Garden. That will include like some food as well. So if you follow us on social media, you can get free tickets, free food tickets, and have that experience that I described earlier for free completely, And if you did not win, there's a discount code for 50% that you can find on the website. So just by all means, we want the Bronx to come and explore that because, it's in the Bronx. The New York Botanical Garden is in the Bronx. Let's support it.
There you go. Marco, let me see that hat there for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shucks. We got to get one of those. The Bronx.
I got one with your name on it. Come through, come through the Botanical Garden this weekend, and then I'll make sure that I have one ready for you.
There you go. Marco from the Bronx Night Market, Marco Shalma, co-founder of Bronx Night Market. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, we'll take a break. More open on the way. Next. Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WPLS, and you're watching Open. Fantastic show. I've got some fantastic guests, and I'm down with a crew that I've been working with for a long time throughout the community. Our guests are R&B Acapella Trio and cover band that has been in the music business for over 15 years, captivating audiences all across the country. That's what they do. And they're here today to speak about their upcoming single, It's TruSoL. And to tease their next major performance, they have a legendary music group that they're going to be hanging out with. We'll let you know all of that and more. All you have to do is kick off your shoes and relax your feet. And please welcome to the show, Notez. We call him Notez. Notes, Vocalz, and Teddy B of TruSoL. Welcome,
What's up, everybody.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Bronx Night
Market?
Dr. Bob, how are you?
You guys are performing all over the place, and I love when we meet, when we have those expos, and we're touring throughout the 5 boroughs with one of the health organizations. We appreciate what you guys do. You guys have been doing it for a while, and you have made it. You have arrived. But wait, tell us about this new single.
Well, the new single, It's TruSoL, is basically it's a song that's celebrating the love and the love of R&B, and just bringing it back to the days where you have those nice summer days where the sprinklers are on, the kids are playing jump rope, and barbecues are happening, and it's just you're going back to the days of the cookouts where the families are getting together, the family reunions are having their big event, and the music is playing, and it's just all about the love, those vibes.
Yeah.
I remember when back when in the summertime when New Edition first came out with when they first came back out, and they came out with If It Is in Love. The feeling of that, all I can think about is summertime when I remember that song.
See that?
And it's just good vibes. It's good vibes to me, but the passion, it's like all about the celebration of R&B, the love of R&B, the bring it back to the feel goods.
Well, who were some of the groups that inspired you guys? Because you sound exactly like some of the groups out there, but with your own unique touch.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, I mean, some of those groups, I mean, Teddy just mentioned it, you know, the New Editions, of course, the Boys to Men. You know, we 90s R&B to the core. So, I mean, the Jodeci's, the Jagged Edges, the Drew Hills. I mean, we love all those group sounds. And even in the 90s, you know, you had individual artists that had their own sound and made their own mark.
Yeah.
So for us, it's all about tapping into that feel, but, you know, but still keeping it modern and up to date, but still tapping into that feel good era of music. And that's where we come from, and that's what we enjoy. That's what we like to bring out to the people through our music. That's what we like to deliver.
You guys also had Vocalz. You guys also had a song out for people who work late night in the city that never sleeps.
Oh, he must be talking about that's 3 a.m.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
was on our first. That was on our first album. It was our very first single that we put out, man. Yeah. Again, trying to tap into that whole, you know, club scene and making people want to dance and just feel good overall. Yeah. Very proud of that production. Is our baby, is our first single. So yeah, you definitely took us back with that one, bro.
Yeah. Well, give me a quick little acapella piece on that. One of you guys. I don't know if we can all sync up like that because we're all in places.
Let me see.
Got
one, a two.
Lord, help me remember the lyrics.
I guess the chorus part.
Okay, it goes.
You got it.
All I know is I'm not leaving here alone. It's 3 a.m. and I need to know before this song is over. 'Cause I'm trying to know you better. You know, spend some time together. Baby, you and me together, we can chill till the sun comes up.
Word.
Yeah.
I need to do a warm-up, but yeah.
That's all right.
Hey, that's me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, you guys have been doing this for a while, you know, and giving back to the community too. You know, you perform throughout the 5 boroughs on the health tip, creating the awareness that the people need to do something about their health. Right. You know, they eat healthy eating, healthy living. And, you know, we appreciate that and appreciate your time and effort in that also.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate being able to be a part of that. And Dr. Bob, like you said before, you know, we're able to see each other and connect on those type of community-based events. You know, the old adage, health is wealth. It's important to us, you know, as young Black men, that's important to us. And again, our peers and our contemporaries and those who, you know, we see at those shows and those who we may see, you know, just in the community, it's important that they take health seriously, that they're vigilant about their health. You know, you gotta be around for a while. I mean, whether it's kids or family members, whoever you're supporting or, you know, you may need, it's important that health is a top priority for all of us, men, women, and children.
Yeah. Hey, tell me something. How did you guys meet up? You know, because it was always interesting to find out how people, where they came from, how they met up, where they met up, and the thought behind it. You know, all right, we want to start this group. This is a journey that we want to go on together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, for me, it started way back when me and my cousin, we had the love of R&B, the love of music, because like music is what kept us out of trouble. Music is what brought us together and wanted to bring other people into the picture. So, you know, the thing with groups, going through high school, we meet a couple of people, they in and out, and then it's all about finding the right chemistry. And with these with Notes and Vocalz, we all came together, and, you know, from there it just seemed like the right thing happened. The right things
was it junior high school, or what?
With me, it was me and my cousin in high school. That's where it all came from then. And then we all invited. You know how it is when you're in high school, you're like, look, join our group. And after high school, that's when I had left and I wanted to go do my own thing for a while. And then I felt like I wanted to be back in the midst of singing, you know, because I love harmonizing.
Yeah.
I always love harmonizing. And
how about you, Vocal?
Man, I was a junior in high school when I met these guys. I was very much into church. I had a whole bunch of gospel groups that I was and gospel events that I was involved in. And I happened to meet one of the group members one day on a train ride coming home from New York. And he just was on the train singing, and I just started harmonizing with him. And then he went back and told Teddy B's cousin about me. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it at the time. I thought it was just a passing moment and nothing was going to come of it. But they actually
I
showed
met
up.
this cat on the train. Yo, you got
Exactly. So
Word
they
of
actually
mouth.
showed up at my house, and that was all she wrote. Here we are, years later, doing things that I never would have imagined that I would have the opportunity to do. These are my brothers. I love them, and we've been through thick and thin together. And sky's the limit with what God is going to be able to do through us.
Yeah.
Notes, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was college. So I didn't meet these guys until I was in college. So, you know, we're talking early 20s at this point. A mutual friend of Teddy B's had mentioned to me that there was, you know, she knew about a group and they were looking for a group member. Prior to that, I had done some singing around in school and everything like that, as Vocalz mentioned, stuff in church, and it's just some stuff around the way. And I always thought about being in a group might be a good idea. So I got in touch with the fellas. They auditioned me. All right. I sung a song. I sung for them over the phone, and I guess they liked what they heard. And like Vocalz said, you know, I mean, the rest is history. We've been together, like you said, 15 years plus. So there's a lot of different iterations of the group. But what you see in front of you today is we've been going strong for some time now. So,
hey guys, you know, you guys are all over the place. Tell us some of the places that you've performed.
Well, I mean, like I said, you taking us back, man. We literally came from the ground up. Seriously,
Yeah.
we literally went from singing in New York City subways to now opening up for the likes of Brian McKnight, Jay Leno, Carl Thomas, Kelly Price, and most recently Boyz II Men.
yes.
People that we have idolized, people that we have looked up to, and as I stated before, that we never would have thought we would have the opportunity to share a stage with, but God is awesome. And, you know, we try to say this all the time to the up and coming groups. There's no such thing as microwave success. You know what I'm saying? You got to come from the ground up. You got to do the work. You got to rehearse. You got to fight through the arguments and the disagreements. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah.
Eventually that hard work pays off. So that the opportunity to share the stage with Boyz II Men was awesome, and just a dream come true. It was, if I can encapsulate it into one word, it's just surreal.
Yeah,
that's just for me.
Audience participation.
Oh yeah, the crowd was crazy. It was full of energy. I mean, you know, they received us very well. Of course, they received Boyz II Men very well. I mean, we was on the back on the wing, watching them from the side and just really enjoying it, taking tips, seeing how we can improve. You know what I mean? Just anytime we can get a chance to be around greatness and longevity and consistency, we try to take and pull from that and add it to our show and to our formats.
Did they chase you guys back to the car?
No.
Not this time. Not this time.
Too much security.
Yeah, there you go. Right, Ted. Not this time.
The crowd loved you guys, man. I'm happy for you. You know, good luck with the new song and all the wonderful things that you guys are doing. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys in concert again.
That's right. Appreciate it, Bob. Once again, it's TruSoL. The new single is TruSoL on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go download it, stream it, buy it, whatever you got to do. Take TruSoL home with you.
It's true.
It's TruSoL.
It's soul. Thank you guys so much.
Dr. Bob, thank you so much. Shout out to Bronx Night TV. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Most definitely.
Vocalz and Teddy B, TruSoL. We'll take a break right here. I've got more. It's true. Next. back, everybody. Our next guests are the husband and wife team. They've got the 1-2 punch. They're providing a vital service with their mental health conditioning, and they're doing some wonderful things in the community. They have a mental health conditioning gym, and they are with us to speak about those services and highlight an important upcoming event that they're organizing for couples. So watch out, couples, beware. And they're here, Elliot and Michele Allen. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Dr.
for having
Bob.
us,
Thank you.
Dr. Bob Lee.
Thank
Yes.
Yeah, I heard you got the 1-2 punch and you're doing some great things. Tell me, what prompted you to start a mental health conditioning gym?
Well, the mental conditioning gym is a product of 7 years of working in the mental conditioning movement. In the mental conditioning movement, we know that everybody knows what mindset is, and what does that mean to our life, being able to move forward. Everybody knows that. But the thing that we really concentrate on in the mental conditioning movement is giving everybody an understanding of what exactly does your mind do for your life. There's two things that I said there. First, I said no, and then understands the second part of that. We focus heavily in the mental conditioning movement on getting people to understand the power of your mind, the power of your thinking. That's critical. The second part to that is bringing awareness to that. And how do we do that? We do that by giving people different exercises to train their mind to be able to move forward. This is critical for the advancement of life. Where we are right now, where we're sitting right now, Dr. Bob Lee is sitting interviewing us now, and he's carved out a great career for himself. And guess what? A lot of that is his mindset. A lot of it is how he thinks. So this is what we do. We really believe that's very important. Again, everybody knows that, but the most important thing is to bring understanding to that. I can't stress that word enough about understanding. So the mental conditioning gym itself derived from that, because that's a term that I use loosely, and people always ask me that question, the same thing like you just asked me, Dr. Bob. What is the mental conditioning gym? But technically, it could be anywhere. It can be in your bathroom. It could be while you're driving. But we wanted to have an actual place, and that's where we are right now, actual place where you can go to train your mind and get into that.
Did it start off as a mental health gym, or was it a physical thing first?
We like to equate, we include the physical fitness in the sense that it makes sense. That's more relevant to people. They understand physical fitness. When you get healthy, when you start going to the gym, you start exercising, you see maybe the weight drop, the muscle tone, you see the changes in your face, it's slimmer, you see it. With the mind, it's a little harder to see that, right? Because it's inside. So we like to equate the physical fitness in terms of the mental conditioning movement as mental fitness. So we're here, so when we say exercising, not literal weights, lifting bars exercising, but through discussion, conversation, the core principles of mental conditioning, we get it that way.
And I always say exercise your mind, body, and spirit for preparation for life. Now, what if you were up in a jet somewhere and you were the pilot? You're controlling that plane.
Yes. Absolutely.
So you have to control your mind.
Absolutely. It's very important.
It all goes together.
It's a navigational system. To get to that location in our life, it's really just our mindset. That takes us to wherever we want to go. Our minds are really just a GPS. And it's how you program it is to get to the coordinates, gets us to where we want to go.
Yeah.
And ask yourself, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And tell yourself, well, if you're going to do, it's up to you. But it's whatever you think. Whatever you think. Sometimes it's really important. I think Ford had this quote. He says, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right.
It's true.
That's true. Very true. Very true.
Very true. Is how you end up making it, right?
Yeah. So how did you guys come together? How did this all?
The team, how do we get together? Okay, I love our love story. We grew up neighbors. We're next door neighbors. So we grew up together. He was in the set above me, so we didn't quite play with each other when we were young, but we knew of each other. And then as I got older, dealing with computers in high schools and typing, he was in computer engineering. I needed help, and that's how we started talking. 9/11 happened. He worked in the city. I was in Florida in nursing school. And I called everyone I knew in New York, like, what's going on? Are you guys okay? I eventually called up to him, and we've been talking ever since.
Yes.
But you both became Allens.
Yes.
That's right. And And here we are 16 years later.
Amen.
There you go. All right.
Amen.
Great. So you thought, you put something together to help others get what they need out of life. How important is that to you guys?
Wow, it's really critical because, when you see different phases of life, when you see different phases of people, you really start to understand, as I use you as an example, like, why did Dr. Bob get in that position? And then maybe who's somebody who's not doing as well. Why are they in that position? And I realized that really it's just right. Exactly. And a lot of that is just mindset and how we're thinking. So that became a passion of myself and my wife to be able to say, well, why is that? Even in the forces of marriage, what is it that allows us to be together for 16 years and then maybe somebody didn't make it 6 months? A lot of it is mindset and your big picture. As like Michele stated, we have principles that we really, really teach. That's what keeps us. Those are the exercises that keep us going in the movement. Those are the exercises that we like to practice.
Yeah.
What are the benefits of mental health conditioning?
Well, a lot of it, we do a lot of training with short-term goals. Yeah. We have people that come to us and they're looking for some short-term goals, whether it's, I want to start a new career, or sometimes it's actually, I want to end a career and do something else. This is really the transitional phase. Where you train your mind and how you're thinking gets you to that transition. You mentioned earlier about a pilot. Being able to put those coordinates into your mindset to be able to get to the next level is really important. And that's how you train your mind. When you start achieving those short-term goals, you gain more confidence. Now you can do those long-term goals and keep going and keep going. And the big picture also allows us to transition. Even when we get knocked off the course, we know how to get back up and keep on going through these principles that we
fall down,
but we get up.
Right?
Yeah.
But we get up. We have to get back up.
Michele, who are some of the people that you work with? Is it athletes or just people who just want your service?
Well, at this point, we do work with athletes. We work with business owners, people, entrepreneurs, career transitions, especially during COVID. A lot of people are going through that career transition time, realizing that where I was now is maybe not there anymore, or I'm not, feeling like I'm safe here. Let's switch to a whole new career. And we also deal with parents, and we also deal with couples in regarding marriage.
Couples.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming up.
Yes, it is. So we have the Couples Night of Love experience. February 5th, 2022 will be our 5th one. We had a gap only due to COVID. Otherwise, we usually have it once to twice a year. So we're having our 5th one next year. And the purpose of Couples Night of Love is to have married couples remember, revive, renew the love, the passion, the trust that you have in your relationship. Life hits you. It hits you. We're New Yorkers, so we're always going. And we kind of forget each other sometimes, and not purposefully, but the goal of the experience, because it's one night in the end, but we're working with you from a few weeks before, is that we remember each other, who we were. We're not mom and dad that night. We're not, whatever career you are that night. It's who I married, who I chose.
That's right.
Where's this going to be located?
It's going to be in Nassau County, in
the Millridge Inn.
Millridge Inn, thank you. In Hicksville, Long Island.
Is it going to be up on your website?
Yes, it's on the website already. Yes, it's there.
What's the website?
The website is www.mentalconditioningmovement.com.
There you go. Elliot and Michele Allen, we love you guys.
Thank you.
They get you where you need to go, and follow your mind. Whatever you think, you're right.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thanks
Bob.
for having us.
Right. Bobby C's up next. He has the latest in the world of sports, and he gives it to you like this. Coming up next on Open.
We built a media network for you.
BronxNet TV.
Come learn in your new state-of-the-art studios at Lehman College.
At Mercy College.
And coming soon to the South Bronx in the Hub.
Inspire with your stories, culture, history.
Your Bronx on BronxNet.
Engage with us.
Connect with us at your channels and at BronxNet.tv.
Learn, engage, inspire. BronxNet TV.
From the Bronx
to the world.
BronxNet.
Last Monday, we chatted with one of the kings of comedy, Lenny Schultz, here on the show. Here's part 2 of that interview.
You did mention that after that stint with potentially playing minor league baseball or playing with the Yankees, that you got a chance to play against Wilt Chamberlain up in the Catskills when you were a lifeguard, right?
A lot of the college kids, to make some money, went up to the Catskills, and we had basketball up there, softball, ping pong, everything. I was on the Harmony basketball team, and we played against Kutch's, and Wilt Chamberlain was there. He was a bellhop at that Kutch's place. Red Auerbach was his coach in the summer, and I remember our team played our hotel played his hotel. I took a shot, and I'll never forget it. He didn't block Wilt didn't block my shot. He caught the ball in the air. It was wild.
Yeah, both are definitely wild stories, Lenny. I think it's cool too. What that second point I was going to make about the sports references in your career is that actually baseball does come back around, and you do get a chance to kind of play Major League Baseball in a way, and it's through a show called Ball 4 in 1976, which is based on a former Yankee pitcher, Jim Bouton's book of the same name, a great book, one of the great sports books of all time. And in that show, you play a character named Lenny the Birdman Siegel. Tell us about that sitcom.
Well, I was in LA. They flew me to New York to read for the sitcom, the part. And I did well, and they liked me. So I became one of the regulars on the show. So I had to move back to New York, and I was the Birdman, and I was an actor who was a pitcher with a bad arm, and that's what I was in real life. I hurt my arm. So I was always, most of the time, what I would do is they put me in a hot tub, and I would be always soaking my arm, And we did it right here in Manhattan. Jim Bouton was a pitcher on the Yankees. He wrote the book, and but we only lasted about 7-8 weeks. There's a lot of dissension. Something happened on it. It wasn't good. They didn't write it good, or something happened. But unfortunately, hey, this is my first sitcom. Hey, you never know. That's how you make it in this business. You get on a show, and you got to be lucky if it lasts 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years when you get a name. But we only lasted 6-7 weeks.
Well, it seems, like I said, that you were destined for other things, and the proximity from the Bronx and the city to be able to play in all these different clubs, and something that you end up kind of gravitating towards later in your life, 30 years old, and kind of changing paths and things like that. What was the comedy scene like back in those days?
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. Like I say, I started at the Improv, and in those days, the regulars there were Dangerfield. Wow. This is before he had his nightclub. Dangerfield, Robert Klein, Richie Pryor would come in once in a while. Steve Landesberg came after me, a little after me. David Brenner came a little after me. It was interesting. I'm trying to be now a comic. Instead of doing my little shows and shtick for my friends, here I am on stage, and I'm getting good time. But the only thing is, I was teaching school, so whenever I would go during the week, they would put me on early so I could do my little 20 minutes or whatever it is, go home, go to sleep, get ready for school.
I think there's this tremendous talent that you have for this physical and performative kind of comedy. I was hoping this morning on the show you might be able to share some of those great characters that you made famous.
I remember, geez, I need material. What am I going to do? I remember being in the mountains as a kid. My parents used to go to bungalow colonies in hotels, for the summer. And there were chickens around there, and horses and cows. So I started imitating chickens, and then I became a good impression. I did great chicken voices. So I said, Jesus. So what I did was, I take Archie Moore, a boxer. You ever hear of him, or you're a young guy? Archie Moore, light heavyweight champ. I taped the mat when he was boxing, weighing 3 pounds, 4 ounces, weighing 190 pounds. Well, I changed the terminology of the boxing into chicken words. Weighing 2 pounds, 3 ounces with no fat. I made it a chicken thing. And that's what you saw on the Merv Griffin show for the second time. And then I became very well known as doing these chickens. Let me warm up. Not bad, right?
Not bad. Still got it.
Then I start doing Irish chicken, Italian, Jewish, French, Greek, Spanish. I just start doing all those chicken things. And name a nationality of it. I don't know them all, but I know quite a few.
Well, let's go Italian since my last name is Italian.
Okay, here's an Italian chicken. By the way, I worked with Frank Sinatra several times, you know, on Laugh-In. And here's an Irish chicken. Spanish. Jewish. Yeah, wait, here's a chicken lays eggs, right? I'm going to give you 4 eggs. 4 eggs. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all, Lenny.
Then I worked on Sesame Street for a while, and then a lot of children's shows, because I was great with kids. And I used to do my little puppets and stuff.
And I want my mommy, and I want a cookie, and I want a toy. I want ice cream. Yeah, I want my grandma.
Here's an iguana. You know iguana, those lizards? Not bad.
Very, very good.
Champagne. Then it goes down. So I do a lot of visual, sound effects stuff. In it.
Lenny, in terms of the state of comedy, I mean, I think at that time, comedians and actors like yourself were able to do these types of funny routines that I think nowadays so much is just changed, and probably much more in the negative way, whether it's trying to get people to laugh with derogatory things or things like that. You know, to be able to have the purity of the comedy and to come up with these classic routines, just, you know, how much better was the comedy back then?
I have nothing against being, using 4-letter words, because that when cable came around, everything opened up wild. We didn't have that in those days. And the only ones who were doing real wild stuff were Lenny Bruce or Richie Pryor. Today, some of these young kids make these guys normal, you know? So, I don't know. To me, I like a lot of comics. My favorite one, and he became one of my closest friends when we did Laugh-In, was Robin Williams. He was a real, true genius. No one could compete with him. I saw him get up on stage with Richie Pryor, and Richie was great, but he made everyone look, slow. The way to get on TV in my day was to do clean stuff, Carson, Griffin, Sullivan stuff. So I usually work that way, but I could get blue too, especially in colleges, and not as wild as some of the other people. I did it more like a crazy guy, more like a clown, crazy type of guy. And I had an interesting life, really, with that show business. I'm lucky. And I did so much of it, I got a nice pension out of it, I belonged to, for many, many years, SAG and AFTRA. Those are my unions, yeah. And boy, I had a good time doing it. And I love getting on stage. Right now, as a retired guy down here in Florida, I go to the swimming pool, I do a show. I go to a restaurant, I do a show. Wherever I go, I fool around.
Well, Lenny, we're so happy that you're still entertaining. And like I said at the top of this interview, you've done a great job in taking humor to new heights and doing good things for young people. And like I said, so great to have you on the show. You are a true legend.
Okay.
Goodbye.
That's the end, right?
That's the end.
Take care.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is a regional director for the Small Business Development Center of Lehman College, the School of Continuing and Professional Studies. He's no stranger to the show. He's been on the show many times before to help other people with their finances and more. He joins us to speak about the work that his organization is doing to uplift small businesses, mentor entrepreneurs, and raise money in our community. So please welcome to the show, Clarence Stanley. Clarence, welcome.
Hey, thank you very much, Dr. Bob Lee. It's been quite a while. This is you and I have been doing this together since over 20 years now.
Yes, yes. You've been uplifting small businesses for a number of years also.
And the 20 years, we started here January 2000. And in that period, we've counseled over 12,000 small businesses, helping them raise in excess of $170 million.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty active. And, what's interesting about our program is that we help folks that the banks generally are not able to help because they're startups, they're businesses that are in our community. And, we haven't gotten the best service. I mean, we held the banks accountable. They're doing a much better job. But it's been an interesting challenge, and we kind of learned to navigate the system. I came out of banking, so I kind of know what the banking industry looks for. So it's been a good run, and working with the various politicians, the board president. I'm on the board of BOEDC, the Bronx Rural Economic Development. We work with the chamber and different organizations, and we kind of have been partnering with all the organizations in the Bronx to try and make a difference.
Yeah.
We've gone through a lot.
Yeah. Please describe the services afforded by you and your organization.
Sure. If someone would ask, what is that you do? I would say we're in the access to capital business for the primarily. We are funded, we are part of the Small Business Administration. We are funded by the SBA, U.S. Small Business Administration, and we also work with Empire State, which is the governor's office, and we're working with the New York State Department of Small Business Services, Business Solutions. And our goal is to try and make a difference. What we do, we provide counseling for small businesses. Our services are free. The basic counseling is loan packaging, business planning and strategic planning. The big thing right now with this whole pandemic, we're going to talk about that a little bit, is that helping folks to navigate the e-commerce, social media, doing things in this new genre. This a whole new world right now. And so we've helped our small businesses kind of begin to, they use the word pivot, to change the way they do things.
Yeah.
So if I would say the primary thing is financing. Financing, government contracting, it's a big thing. Showing clients, right now with the new infrastructure bill coming through, that's President's about to sign, he probably signed it already. There are going to be several $1 billion in infrastructure contracts out there that we can help folks access to.
When you say it's out there, where does it go, and how does it trickle down to you to help you in your business?
Okay, good question. Let's say someone starts, let's say, a janitorial service, or someone is in the construction business and they want to get a government contract. What we would do is help them get minority certified. Minority MWB certification. We work with our partners down in Sobro and Business Solutions in the Bronx Chamber. We get you certified, and as the contracts come in, let's say if it's I had a client that got a contract to work with MTA, and they were actually putting in duct systems. Now you're going to have the airport, you're going to have the bridges, you're going to have all this infrastructure, even things on a smaller scale, things like consulting and doing bookkeeping and accounting. So once you get certified, the MWBE certification, the contracts are set aside for women and minorities and veterans.
Yeah. When we talk about infrastructure, we know about the bridges and tunnels and things of that nature, roadways, but on a smaller level, it takes care of other things like families, right?
Yeah, you got your family programs, you got different things, anything that's going to impact the community around. I guess you recall, we don't know if the second bill is going to go through, which we hope it will. But as you begin to search your contract, we look for contracts within the city agencies, all the city agencies. We look for empires, all the state agencies, and we also look for the federal agencies. So wherever there's a contract, so you have infrastructure. I've got contracts at JFK. I've got contracts at LaGuardia Airport. We've also got contacts at CUNY, City University. Someone can get registered with our purchasing department. And we'll show you if you're a minority vendor, we want to keep business local. We want to keep business in the Bronx. We want to grow our economy. You know, we've gone during this whole pandemic, if you recall, the unemployment rate this time last year, year before this was 24%. You know, now the national is about 4.9, but we're in the Bronx, we're hovering around 6%, which is a big difference. And so we're starting to, so government contract is a way of creating a job.
Yeah. Now, you said you were raising money in our community. How's that so? And what's it be used for?
The big thing right now, the two things we're constantly looking for government contracts, obviously. We look for government contracts, just like, and so our biggest interest right now has been workforce development. Getting folks to come back, the workforce development program, we got a contract through School of Continuing Professional Studies to do training, to train businesses and how to, for example, how to work with computers, basic skill sets, social media, how to work with Square, how to work with Google, how to work with Amazon, you know, how to, and so we get the contract. And so that our clients, our services are all free. But how do I pay my consultants? How do I pay my professionals? So when we get a contract, we'll say we'll offset the cost. And so then we also have interns. We have an internship program. Okay, we intern program. We'll have businesses. We got a program right now where we'll have an intern work directly with you. And that intern could be a social media accounting major that will help the business. And guess what? We'll pay for the intern. And so the fund, so as money's coming in, and the intern, two things happen. The business gets a qualified person. They work with our mentors. And then the intern gets experience. And very often, the company wants to hire these interns.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking for a web developer.
Okay, we've got the web developer
my
for
business. Yeah.
Okay, and we actually work with the college to do career services. And what we've got two things. You got different levels, actually. We have businesses that are in the beginning stage, of smaller businesses that don't need a strong. But on the other hand, someone may need a consultant. So we've got a list of consultants that they're not pro bono, but they're low bono.
Right.
They're affordable.
That sounds good.
We did an event yesterday. We have legal assistants. We have legal aid society. We have a Start Small, Think Big. And yesterday we did a workshop with a company called Vocalz, Volunteers of Legal Services. Vocalz, they actually get major law firms that dedicate a certain number of hours to communities like ours. You may have a major law firm dedicate 10 to 20 hours. So they'll find that law firm, we give them a case, and they'll say they'll work on that particular case. I tell the client to make sure when you go to meet this high-priced law firm that you have your ducks in order.
Yeah.
They're going to give you 10 hours of what would normally cost you $500 an hour. You're getting it for free.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things now. This last year, last year and a half, I don't have to tell you, it's been really challenging. But we're coming out of this, I think.
What are some of the things that you had to change during the pandemic?
The way two things happened in the Bronx, and I worked in Upper Manhattan in the Bronx, and as you know, we had a situation in the Bronx, but not only did we have the pandemic, the business shut, then we had the riots, which added insult to injury. And so, but the biggest challenge right now, we're talking to the people at the Fordham Business Improvement District, the different community boards, to ask folks to hang in. Because we do have economic injury loans. We had the EIDLs. We did those first. We made sure we got those out. We had the paycheck protection loans. We made sure those got out. And then we had the grant programs. So there were grants. And so we actually got funds from the federal and the state, put on additional staff. We spent, I'm working from home now for a year and a half now. And I've been busier than I've ever been in my life. But right now we're working, during that whole period, we had to work with businesses to show them how to change, how to navigate it. If you had a retail store, you're no longer doing things on the store. You're not doing things online. So we had to show businesses how to go online, how to do e-commerce. And that's been an interesting challenge, and it's working.
Is that you mentioned online? Do you have all of this online? Do you have a website we can go to find out more? Because we need an hour. You know that, right?
You can go to our website that I probably should have put out, www.nysbdc.org. NYSBDC.org, which is the New York State Small Business Development Center. And we're national. And if you want to do anything, you want to do business overseas, we have an export situation. You want to start exporting, we can help you export. We can do business in any country. We had the 800 SBDCs throughout the United States. So
give me the website one more time, because they're going to wrap me.
www.nysbdc.org.
Thank you so much. Clarence Stanley, Regional Director of Small Business Development, that beautiful center over there at Lehman College, the School of Continuing and Professional Studies. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you again. Pleasure. Thank you all.
That's about it. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you, our guests, for tuning in and checking it all out. We appreciate you, love you, and thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll catch you on 107.5 WBLS. Another day, another way. Love you all. Peace.